Welcome, everybody, to Spring Loaded Football, the podcast about Spring League football, the X League, the USFL, XFL when it starts, fan control football. We do it all. This week, it's going to be a short little episode. I'm going to bring in my other hosts. We've got Coach Cooper with us today. Wayne couldn't be with us. We're just going to do a little short little episode. This week, we're actually just going to talk about some of the rules that the USFL put out. And you can see on the screen here, they've got a 3-point conversion play. You can do 2 forward passes on, you could do an onside kick, or you can try for a 4th and 12. The overtime is a best out of 3 shootout, and then they've got some instant replay changes. So we'll be going over some of these, and it's some interesting ideas. The first thing they got is timing. It says the clock will stop for first downs inside 2 minutes of the second and fourth quarters, or both halves. The effect this will have is going to create more offensive plays during the final 2 minutes of each halves. And it says the reason is it adds offense and excitement before halftime and at the end of the game. I love this. Oh, yeah. That's what we need is more plays, more chances for the team to win or put up points.
Yeah, it gets the crowd, more enthused and stuff.
Right. And we're going to be there the first game, so we're going to see how it works out. On the first try. So I think that's going to be pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's one thing about these other leagues. Just running down the clock and stuff at halftime or at the end of the game. This will actually give teams a better chance of scoring.
So, yeah. It means they have to play. They just can't lay down and just quit.
Right. All right, there are rules on instant replay. It says the USFL replay command at Fox Sports Control Center in Los Angeles will make all the replay decisions. The effect is one replay crew will make all decisions. The reason for this is it will achieve accurate, consistent, and faster rulings. And that's what we need. We see the NFL every year either miss calls on replays or – they can change seasons. They have had playoff games that have been a lot of trouble calls by, shoddy replays.
Yeah.
So
that's going to be nice.
And then it's got each coach will be allowed one replay challenge. The effect is fewer challenges needed thanks to expedited, well, if I can say the word right, faster reviews and video assistance.
Alabama.
The reason is to improve game flows. That's right, that Alabama language right there. This right here is going to speed the game up. We don't want to be bogged down for 10 minutes while they, coach decides to challenge and then they have to go look at the play. And it's just a waste of time half the time.
Yeah.
So let's see here. It says the USFL replay command will have the authority to override incorrect personal foul calls, including roughing the passer, hits on defenseless players, face mask, horse collars, and more. It says the USFL replay command will also be responsible for determining whether the act of pass interference is obviously intentional when it occurs 15 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. And that's a game changer because like NFL, you can't review half of these calls. And it's going to be a big deal, like pass interference for sure, because we see it all the time where either it's not called or it should be called in the NFL and college too, for that matter.
Big time in college.
Oh, yeah. You see these no calls or, calls that shouldn't have been made. And I really think this right here is going to really be a game changer. It wouldn't surprise me if like the XFL doesn't implement something like this, since they're going to be working with the NFL on rule changes and stuff like that, this will be something they try to, I bet you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it'll go pretty good. I mean, they're going. It looks like they're cracking down on a bunch of stuff, so people can't cheat
Right, and they're
around
making it to
now.
where you can review it. Like, right, like, sometimes, like in college, if the player hits a quarterback or anybody in the head, they throw them out of the game. Now this all can be reviewed and they can look and make sure it was hit, a clean hit or whatever, especially on these bang bang plays where they're so fast. This replay is really going to help.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, the next rule they've got is about pass interference. On offense, it says if a pass does not cross the line of scrimmage, there can be no pass interference or ineligible player downfield. And that's a big deal because, if you have a lineman that happens to go too far downfield because, maybe he thought it was a running play instead of a passing play, this right here stops most of that, you know, and, the pass has to cross the line of scrimmage for it to be pass interference. So that's a
So
pretty
lineman,
big
y'all better
deal,
be on top of your
pretty big
game
change.
here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You got to know what the play is. And the problem there is when your quarterback is a runner and he might, scramble downfield, that is usually where you get that penalty call. And as far as defensive pass interference, it says the penalty for a defensive pass interference will mirror the college rule with exceptions. First, a defender intentionally tackling a receiver beyond the 15 yards would be a spot foul. Also, the penalty will be a spot foul if it occurs 15 yards or less from the line of scrimmage, or a 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage if the spot of the foul is beyond 15 yards. So, that right there is it's making it a pretty much all spot fouls, no more just 15 yards, with the exception of if the pass is beyond 15 of the line of scrimmage. But, I'm excited, man. I can't tell you. We got a couple more weeks. We'll be down here watching this kickoff to the USFL, and we'll get to see these rules, in action because they're going to be making calls. They're going to be trying this stuff out. There's going to be pass interference. I guarantee you. So.
Oh yeah, there's always going to be pass interference.
Right. So we're definitely going to see some of these rules be acted on. All right. Another rule they've got is you can throw 2 forward passes behind the line of scrimmage. This right here is unheard of. I've never, NFL's never done this. College has never done this. It says in the USFL, the offense can throw 2 forward passes behind the line of scrimmage. This opens up a whole new world of opportunities for the offense. Well, yeah. I mean, because now you ain't got to worry about lateral, passes anymore or backwards passes. You can do a lot with this. This right here, I could see in the playbook for every team. They've got some kind of Hail Mary long shot pass where the quarterback's going to throw it to a wide receiver who might have played quarterback in high school, and he's going to dump it for like 50 yards for a touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
So this right here is one of my favorite rules.
Sounds like some video game. Blitz the league here.
Yeah, I mean exactly. This right here is something from everybody's video games. This is what you would want to do because these offenses are going to be wild if they really put this stuff in the playbook, and I'm sure they would. Why wouldn't they?
Oh yeah.
Next up, we have overtime includes a best of 3 shootout. Overtime in the USFL will feature a best of 3 shootout from the 2-yard line. If the game is still tied after 3 possessions, it becomes sudden death until there is a winner. This is interesting. No more first team to score, or anything like that. This is going to make it fun if it reaches overtime.
I think they should change it to a no holds bar.
Yeah, that's right. No holds barred. Let's do that. But this right here is different. Like I said, a best of three, from the 2 yard
2 yard
line.
line.
So you would figure you can run it 3 times and potentially get 3 scores right there, and then the other team would have to do the same.
Yeah.
I hope this first game goes to overtime so we can see this.
Oh yeah. So, it's gonna be interesting.
I think this will be pretty interesting. Oh yeah, yeah. Let's see what else we got. Onside kick or 4th and 12. As an alternative to onside kicks, a team can elect to take 4th and 12 from the 33-yard line with a first down. The team keeps the ball. With no conversion, the defense gains possession at the 33-yard line. And in overtime, well, we already discussed overtime. Never mind. But the onside kick thing, instead of doing a 4th and 12 from your own 33, that's a risk. You'd have to make sure that offense is good enough.
Oh, yeah. Well, and doing that double pass, hey, you never know.
Yep. It's going to tie in together, especially on like this, But, man, it would be hard for me to decide, do you have a better chance of getting the onside kick or gaining 12 yards from the 33? That's a hard decision for these coaches to make, I would imagine. You would imagine you probably, statistically probably have a better chance of doing the 4th and 12. The onside kicks are so hard to get.
I don't know. They did it. They did it in the water boy.
I can't. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But it's gonna be interesting. I can't wait to see this play out. And like I said, I hope that first game we get to see an onside kick or this 4th and 12, because I would love to see it in person. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. We're gonna have to video it and make it.
Yeah, for sure. Another rule is there's 3 options after scoring a touchdown. In the USFL, the offense can go for a normal point play, a field goal, point after attempt, after a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, or they can try a 3-point play. And I don't have the yardage on the 3-point play. I think it was the 15 or somewhere like that. But that's pretty cool. I mean, who wouldn't want to go up 9-0, in the beginning of the game?
The first touchdown.
2 possessions. Yeah. Well, I say 2 possessions. Almost, with the USFL, it could be 1. But this is going to be interesting because I can almost guarantee you when we're down there on the 16th, whoever scores first is going for 3. Just to see if they can do it. They have to. But I think this is one of the most interesting ones to me. Yeah. Like I said, this one right here is probably the most reasonable change they've made. I mean, all the replay stuff is good.
Yeah.
But going for 3 after a touchdown, to me, that's cool.
Well, with the replays and stuff, it kind of looks like they're kind of looking out for the integrity of the game, keeping it as, sportsmanlike as possible, I guess you could put it.
Right. Yeah. But, the 2 forward passes is something every 12-year-old kid would, loves, because this is what they would do in the backyard.
I'm not going to lie. If this happens, I hope I'm recording it and, it's going to be a magical moment.
Right, and we'll post it on the social channels, the Twitter and the TikTok and everywhere else we are.
Oh, yeah.
That's all the rules I could find that they've put out. I doubt there's any more that come out before the game and stuff. But the teams are already practicing down in Birmingham. You can see footage of that if you follow the team social channels. So they're getting ready. It's not a couple of weeks, and we'll be ready to go for kickoff.
Oh yeah, game time, baby, game time.
Yep.
Baseball and football at
But
the same time.
I'm really excited about it. Oh, I know. It's a wonderful time of the year. So.
Oh, I want to
But
take a minute here, Brian.
I
Hang
think
on a minute.
yeah, go ahead
I
before I
don't know
wrap
if
this up.
anybody can notice the certificate here, but this is a certificate of achievement here for coaching. I am a certified,
There
took
you
my
go.
little classes, UAB, go Blazers.
Yeah.
We'll be down there watching from on the Blazer field there.
Yeah.
But I
Yep.
thought that was something, just so
That is
everybody
pretty
don't think I'm
cool.
just
That's a good spot for it.
a little crooked.
Yeah,
But hey,
there's
it's
no
a brick
BS.
wall.
He is there's no BS. He is a coach. So he's got the paper to prove it.
I just
But
wanted to throw that out
we
there.
appreciate everybody. We appreciate everybody for joining the show. Sorry we had to cut the show short. We'll all be back together next week, and we'll cover some more Spring League news and stuff. You can find us on our YouTube channel. It's absolutely exploded, doing way better than we ever thought it would. If you can look at Jared's finger, he's pointing down to
Oh
where you can
yeah,
see our
right
social
here,
channels,
right
our
here.
Twitter account. You can check us out on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, anywhere you find your podcast. We'll be there. But we appreciate everybody for listening, and we'll see y'all next time.
Stay class.